What is up, people? We are 1 month away, a little less than 1 month away from SummerSlam as of the making of this recording. And how this is going to work is I am going to show you me preparing for the event. And if you want to just see me at the event, the timestamp will be on the screen, maybe right up here somewhere or something. If you just want to see me at the event, skip to that time. But if you want to see me prepare and do some fun stuff and see how I prepare, as going to my first major wrestling event, stick around. One thing that I am going to be doing, also, sorry if the audio quality is bad or video quality. I'm recording this on my phone, and my phone isn't too good. I recently got into making shirts using a white shirt and these fabric markers. And I'm actually going to be making one for my girlfriend here. It's going to be a SummerSlam themed shirt. I'm not exactly sure everything that I'm going to do on it, but I'm going to do some cool stuff, and you guys are going to see it. Hopefully she likes it. I'm thinking, I'm not that good of an artist either, so that might be an issue. I'm thinking maybe on the back of the collar. I think we're on the back of the t-shirt right now, actually. Yes, we are. So on the back right here, maybe the SummerSlam logo up by the neck. Although now that I think about that, you won't be able to see that because of her hair, but, you know, it's whatever. The match she's most excited for is definitely Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. She loves Obafemi. She doesn't like Brock Lesnar that much, but she absolutely loves Hell in a Cell matches. So that is the match she's most excited for. So I'm thinking on the back, I put Oba versus Brock or something like that. What's the best Obafemi green I got it here? I think probably this one. The other one I think is too light. Yeah, this is an Obafemi type green, I think. I think we'll start off with the back. You know what? Okay, maybe I should plan out what I want to put on this before I start drawing. Watch this absolutely awesome transition. Give me a couple minutes to think. I know that was the coolest transition you've ever seen and the smoothest. Okay, so I just came up with an idea. I didn't finish thinking about the front, but what I did think of is, so I was planning on giving her this shirt, like, as soon as I get it done. However, what I think I could do is all over the shirt, I could have each match that's on the card. So I could have Oba versus Brock here. I could have Liv versus Io, Roman versus Seth, whatever else match gets confirmed. Jade versus Charlotte, Rhea versus Jade. I don't know. But I kind of want to give her this before the event, so I'm kind of torn on that right now. I think I'm going to do it, and hopefully the week, I'll try to give it, because I want to have a cool thing for her each day leading up to SummerSlam, the week of SummerSlam, starting on Sunday or Saturday, July 25th. I want to do something fun with her that day, then something different the next day, and the next one. One of them could be this gift. So hopefully a week in advance, they have all the matches announced, because that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to put each match on the card all over this shirt in different places. And I also thought the Vikings have these stripes around the shoulders of their jerseys, and it's obviously in US Bank Stadium where the Vikings play, so I decided I'll do a purple and yellow stripe around the shoulder area here, because she loves the Vikings too. Again, I'm really not sure what to do with the front, so let's just get started on the back, and then maybe an idea will come to me as I'm drawing. I need a stand to put you guys on so you can watch me, so I'm putting you on this awesome season ticket member of Vikings football, because my dad's been a season ticket member for like 24 years or something like that. So yeah, this ball is pretty cool. It's a Tom Brady ball, but I'm going to rest you guys on this. Looking good. You guys can see my hands. I'm not going to show you my face, but you can see my hands. Okay, so without further ado, let's get drawing. Maybe while you guys watch this, it's Sawyer from the future, by the way, I could just sing some WWE theme songs. How about that? Trouble, trouble, that's me. cherry lips and bad energy. Although I might get copyrighted because my singing is just unbelievable. Unbelievably good, I mean, by the way. Well, we only got 8 seconds left in this time lapse, so I don't know what else to say. Oh, July 10th, 2026, obviously. And I just want to give you a progress update on this shirt. As you can see, I got the Oba versus Brock Hell in a Cell. There we go. I think it looks pretty cool. I got the EO versus Liv match. CM Punk just recently won the title, literally like 4 days ago or something. So I'm thinking tonight on SmackDown they're probably going to announce Cody versus Punk or at least some other match. So I'll put that on here. We have SummerSlam 2026 right on the back of the collar. We have Roman versus Rollins. I kind of messed this up right here, but you know. And then we got a 2 and a. It's hard to do with one hand. 26 for SummerSlam 2026. So yeah, I am very happy with how this shirt is coming out so far. SmackDown is over, and look at what I predicted. It's not a very tough prediction, but CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. Here, let's get a better shot. Cody Rhodes versus CM. Oh my God, that's a big forehead. CM Punk at SummerSlam. And oh boy, I am hyped. And they also confirmed this is the main event of one of the nights. I'm assuming night 1. However, that means that Oba versus Brock is probably going to be an opener, which is unfortunate because if Brock Lesnar retires, the crowd might be a bit deflated. But you know what that means? We gotta add it to the shirt. And there we go. I actually already added it. It is perfect. We got American flag kind of for Cody Rhodes, and then the CM Punk with the Chicago Stars. Okay, it is now July 14th and Raw is over. And oh boy, was this a great episode for SummerSlam. We got 2 matches confirmed. Chad Gable won the gauntlet match, as you guys obviously probably already know, and is facing Penta at SummerSlam for the IC title. I cannot wait for this, and I'm so glad that they made the very simple, easy, and right decision of Chad Gable winning this, and I really hope they make the simple, easy, and right decision of Chad Gable winning at SummerSlam, winning his first singles title in front of his hometown in Minneapolis. The crowd is going to be firmly on his side. I am so excited to potentially be a part of this moment of Chad Gable winning his first singles title. This was absolutely amazing. Then we also got a match confirmed between the Usos and Jacob Fatu teaming up against LA Knight. Yeah, which I'm extremely excited to see because I love LA Knight, Solo, and Royce Keys. I think everybody expected this match to happen, and I'm glad it did. However, it is a bit questionable that LA Knight is teaming up with Solo, as he is a part of the bloodline, like he's blood related to them, and that kind of goes against everything that he stands for, or at least a bunch of the stuff he's said. Nonetheless, I'm very excited. I'm happy that at least LA Knight's on the card, first of all. I do wish Jacob Fatu was doing something bigger, but hey, I can't wait for this match. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But before we jump to the next clip, which will probably be after SmackDown, maybe after Saturday Night's main event, let's talk a little bit about Saturday Night's main event. And I mainly want to talk about Bayley versus Lyra. It is really underwhelming that this match is being paid off on a D-tier PLE like Saturday Night's main event. This match has been building for months and months and months, and there's a lot of history to explore there, and it would be a major disservice to both of these ladies and this match if it was left off of SummerSlam. I'm hoping they do a rematch at SummerSlam. Maybe Lyra causes a DQ by using a weapon or something. What I'm really worried about is this match is happening so soon because Bailey is planning on leaving. Because it would not be surprising if, I mean, Bailey's been booked bad for like the past 2 years, or it kind of just historically in general. It would not be surprising if they are having Bailey put Lyra over one last time before she leaves. That is historically what happens when someone's about to leave a company. They're either buried or they put someone younger over. So I am a little worried about that, and you bet your buns if she does get released, you will see my reaction. Man, my parents have already spent a lot of money on SummerSlam, but I'm really seeing. I really want to see if I could find a way to get these. Maybe my girlfriend said she could maybe get some money from her savings account if she has any. Um, because we both really want this. I want to try to find one that's as cheap as possible. It gives us the best value. And I honestly think probably our best option would be Tatum Paxley. She absolutely adores Tatum Paxley, and I think she's pretty cool. I really like her character, and she's really, really solid and underrated in the ring. So I think this might be our best bet, but I kind of just discovered this, so I'll update you on the situation as it plays out. Another thing I want to talk about is there is a new match announced for SummerSlam, a women's championship ladder match, but the winner is going to be an interim champion. I mean, they are persistent on not having Rhea Ripley lose this thing. I mean, they are dead set, and they are not changing for anybody. I don't know why, but they chose two terrible people to be in this match. Because Tiffany Stratton is your women's U.S. champion, and it just kind of feels like a cheap way to throw her on the card because she's from Minnesota. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad to see her there, but it feels like she was just thrown on there to get her on there. And Jade was in the middle of what was getting to be a very violent feud with Charlotte Flair. And it looks like they just made this decision this week, because last week it seemed like, without a doubt, it was just going to be Charlotte versus Jade at SummerSlam. But I mean, I guess not. And now we kind of know Charlotte has to be in this match because there's no way they're going to leave her off the SummerSlam card, and there's nothing else for her to do. I don't know why they're abandoning Charlotte versus Jade for this. You could have had so many other women take these spots. Like, literally, I'll give you 5 right now that don't include Jade Cargill or Charlotte Flair. Nia Jax, Blake Monroe, Jordan Grace, JC Jane, and Paige, assuming she loses the titles at Saturday Night's Main Event. It is that easy. You did not need to have Charlotte and Jade in this match. I don't know why they're abandoning the match just to put them, just to put her in this ladder match, to put both of them, I assume, in this ladder match. And the person's title reign, what do they mean by interim? Like, does Rhea just automatically get the title when she comes back? Like, is that what that means? Because if that's what that means, then what the hell is even the point of this match? It's just going to be a nothing championship reign, and nobody's going to care or get invested because they know in a couple weeks it's not going to matter. I don't know, man. They've just handled this Rhea Ripley situation terribly. And they also said on this episode of SmackDown, if Sammy and Gunther win, then they will be added to Cody versus Punk. Might be a hot take. I don't want him to win. I don't want him to get added to this because I just want to see Cody versus Punk, honestly. And Gunther being in the match doesn't make any sense whatsoever. He lost clean and has just been bitching and whining, and somehow that gets him another title shot. Sammy absolutely makes sense, without a doubt, but yeah, man, I hope they don't. I really hope it's just Punk versus Cody. And I think I think Nick Aldis will probably cost Gunther and Sammy. So I'm not super worried about it, but I am definitely a little worried. And the last thing I have, my voice just cracked. That's awesome. The last thing I have for you in this clip is a shirt update, and it's a big one. Pause! Alrighty, it is July 18th, technically now July 19th because I'm recording this at 12:09 in the morning, but we essentially got Gunther versus Nick Aldis confirmed at Saturday night's main event, and Punk versus Cody is staying the same. It was really weird, really weird seeing Nick Aldis as a general manager. That's all I've never known him as. Ever since I started watching, he has been the GM of SmackDown, so it was really weird seeing him like get physical and cost a wrestler a match. But I'm actually pretty pumped for Gunther versus Nick Aldis, and I think the build and the match are going to be really entertaining. And as for Fatal Influence, your new women's tag team champions, I really hope these ladies are on the SummerSlam card. These ladies, they absolutely deserve to be on the SummerSlam card, and I am loving what Fatal Influence is doing. I don't think we're getting Bayley and Lyra at SummerSlam. It really seems like after this, Bayley's getting released. She lost completely clean to Lyra Valkyria and passed out. Lyra did attack Bayley after the match, but I think it's over for Bayley, unfortunately. But I really hope they follow this up for Lyra with a new theme song, a new look. I really hope they follow it up with something at SummerSlam. Maybe put her in the ladder match for the women's championship, and she can pull off a shock and win the title. Do I expect that to happen? Absolutely not, and I would be stupid to. But a man can dream. Also, this segment was a complete waste of time, and I hated every second of it. Alright, 11 days since our last check-in. It is now July 29th, 3 days away from SummerSlam, and this whole week I have been doing a one fun thing with my girlfriend each day to make this as special as I can for both of us, and it has been working like a charm. Just 3 days ago, on Sunday, we went to the Dude Perfect Squad Games Tour. Basically, they competed, and I'll show you on screen right now. They competed in a bunch of mini games against another group of trick shot YouTubers. And while I could definitely tell it was targeted more towards kids, I still thoroughly enjoyed it, and they released a teaser for us, specifically only the people in attendance, that they are releasing their most requested video of all time this August, School Stereotypes, and I cannot wait. They showed a preview, they showed like 3 or 4 different stereotypes, and I was laughing so hard. It's absolutely hilarious. I cannot wait for it. Corey from Dude Perfect told this story where he was on one of those zero gravity flights where the plane goes up and down and it feels like you're in zero gravity for like 30 to 45 seconds. And if you don't like vomiting, skip like 20 seconds ahead. But he vomited while in zero gravity and then got pushed through the cloud of his vomit. And then the plane flattened out again, so he got pressed against the floor and gravity happened, and he was in a puddle of his own vomit. So that's awesome. That story was pretty entertaining. But overall, I just had a lot of fun. Yesterday I gave her the t-shirt. She absolutely loved it. She said she's going to be wearing it to SummerSlam. And I made some changes to a Minecraft world that I have for her that I add stuff to every once in a while. I added some things to that. She loved it. I'll show you some screenshots of her in the world right now. She was having so much fun. We played some mini games that I made, like Archery Connect 4, Guess the Block, Spleef, and like knocking each other off a platform. It was a lot of fun. And then we did some digging, which is what you're seeing. Do some digging. She loves using the brush in Minecraft, so I put suspicious sand and then I put like ores or chests underneath it, and she brushes it off and digs up the sand, and she just loves it. She was quite literally digging it up, or she was quite literally digging it. I'm so funny, I know. But we are approaching very close to SummerSlam, and I cannot wait. Today we have a movie marathon scheduled, and then let me tell you what else we have scheduled. Today we have the movie marathon. Tomorrow I'm gonna have an update to a Roblox game that I made for her. And then on Friday we are going to have a match marathon. And if you want to watch some of the matches that we're going to watch, I'll go through the list that we have. We may or may not watch all of them, but we're at least going to watch a couple. And also, I know this a large portion of this video may just seem like me simping over my girlfriend and all that, but I mean, hey, she deserves it, and I might get comments that I'm like it's bad or something, but hey, that's not going to stop me. And don't let anyone tell you that simping over your girlfriend is bad. Oh, I also okay, let me do the matches first and then I'll tell you this. So here's some of the matches we're going to watch. Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky at Evolution 2025. Daniel Bryan versus John Cena 2013. AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes at Backlash. Or no, it's the I Quit match in 2024. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at Mania 26. Lesnar versus Cena versus Rollins at the Royal Rumble 2015. Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks in Hell in a Cell, the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match, I believe. Roman versus Punk at WrestleMania 42. The Mask versus Mask match at Rhea de Reyes in 2026 between OG and El Grande Americano. So yeah, it's going to be a good day of wrestling, baby. But the other thing I was going to tell you about is we have an update. I have an update, not we, but I have an update on what wrestlers we are going to try to meet and whether or not we are going to get to meet them. They added some wrestlers like Becky Lynch, which we really wanted to see, but if I just click on her and we look at the price, there's no way we're affording her as much as we both love Becky Lynch. Danhausen sold out, which I did not know until now. We thought about getting Dom, but he was also really expensive. We were heavily debating because we had $96, so we could get two cheaper wrestlers or we could get one expensive wrestler, and we were debating that for quite a while. Some of the ones we really wanted were Tatum Paxley, Chad Gable. I really wanted Soruka. She didn't really care that much. But we both really wanted Tatum Paxley, Kit Wilson, and Chad Gable. Those were like the big three. And we ended up settling on Tatum Paxley and Kit Wilson. So we can afford it. And those are the two wrestlers we are going to be meeting. If something changes, though, based off of because I can't drive yet. So if one of my parents aren't able to take me to one of them, we might have to change. So I'll let you know if something changes, but as of now, we're going to be meeting Kit Wilson and Tatum Paxley. Wow. 3 days, man. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, it is the day before SummerSlam, July 31st. I got a couple things to talk about. First, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton are both expected to return to WWE programming very soon. I said this in my SummerSlam predictions video, or no, it was in a Latte's Vision today, that this SummerSlam genuinely has potential to be the greatest SummerSlam of all time, depending on who returns, who wins some of the matches, maybe if somebody debuts. And Kevin Owens is genuinely one of those people who could make SummerSlam absolutely just astronomically good. And he would by far get the biggest pop of the night. I know I would be unbelievably excited. My girlfriend absolutely loves Kevin Owens, and I do too. This would genuinely be incredible. And even Randy Orton, maybe Randy returns during Punk versus Cody, and then Kevin returns to take out Randy. I mean, that would be insane. But it would make sense because that was Kevin's last feud before he left. They never got to pay it off, so they could reignite that feud. But I mean, these reports just made my excitement levels go up like tenfold. And we also have figured out who we are going to go see. It was originally going to be Tater and Kit, but we couldn't see Kit because it was too early in the morning. So we have decided on Mr. Chad Gable and Miss Tatum Paxley for a combined price, if I do the math right, I believe $85. I'll show you the pictures tomorrow, but this is going to be good. Let's head to SummerSlam. So, first things first, before the event actually started, as I said, we got the privilege to meet Chad Gable and Tatum Paxley. And what a honor. I'll show you the pictures on screen. Extremely privileged to meet both of them. I got to shake their hands. I got to say hi to them. And it was awesome. I'm so glad that I got to do that. And I loved being at the Minneapolis Convention Center. It was really cool because I got to be surrounded by a bunch of wrestling fans. I know sometimes that could be a bad thing, but it was really cool to see an entire event of wrestling geeks like me. We saw Chelsea Green on WWE Radio. We saw Mark Henry and Bubba Ray Dudley also on WWE Radio. They were doing like a live radio thing, and you could go stand by it and watch the people on there. They had the Superstore. They had the area where you could do entrances. It was a lot of fun. And this is where I ended up getting a Dominic Mysterio mask. I really, really wanted to get a Chelsea Green hat so bad, but I looked everywhere and there was none to be found, unfortunately. I don't know how at the WWE Superstore you cannot have Chelsea Green hats. That's diabolical. But I'm going to need to get one of those extremely soon. And my girlfriend ended up getting a Danhausen cape, and we were both very pleased. But now it was time for Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. And Io Sky's entrance was genuinely vibrating the entire arena. It felt like I was a vibrator, but it was still really cool. And this match was it melted my eyeballs out because this was incredible. However, something that did not make it any better was these absolute degenerate gooners behind us. And like Liv Morgan would do a move or something, and then they'd be like, "Oh, do that to me. Oh, that's my wife." Oh my God, they were so annoying. But I absolutely loved this match. Just absolutely incredible. And no, it did not stop. The entire show, at least during the women's matches specifically, they were doing this exact same thing. I'll get more into that later when I talk about the Fatal Influence match. But this was genuinely probably the greatest women's match of the entire year so far, and I'm so glad I was able to experience it. I don't know why the curse didn't come into play. Yeah, I'm glad it was just a clean match, but also now I feel like it's going to be tough to take the curse seriously sometimes. But maybe that's just me overreacting. You let me know what you think. And then next we had the 6-man tag match between the Bloodline going up against Solo Dolo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and LA Knight. Yeah! And let me tell you, yeeting is fun in person. It's fun at home, but it is even better in person. And I mean, just entrances in general are so awesome in person. And it's something you really have to experience to understand because it is incredible. It genuinely doesn't even have to be a top star to feel an awesome entrance in person, but entrances in general are just awesome in person. And I thought this was a really solid match. I really thought Solo was going to turn on LA Knight, and Royce Keys. They even had a chance to do it at the end of the match when Solo hugged LA Knight, but they didn't. And honestly, I'm kind of glad because I really want to see this babyface Solo Sikoa flourish in the WWE singles ecosystem. And Solo running it back mid-match was awesome. I loved that. And I would really love for this to become like a tradition. People that Jey Uso is feuding with to just run it back in the middle of the match all the time. LA Knight, yeah, did it in one of the King of the Ring matches, I believe. And now Solo did it here. And I hope this trend continues because it's really funny. Royce Keys had a standout performance. I mean, he had some beautiful spots. He had an incredible spinebuster, Jacob Fatu. He had this perfectly timed power slam over the barricade to Jacob Fatu. Like he was going for like an ass splash through the barricade, and he perfectly countered it into a power slam. It was really cool. And obviously, LA Knight, yeah, Royce Keys and Solo Sikoa ended up winning. Very glad that LA Knight got the pin. And what a BFT sell from Jey Uso. I mean, that was just beautiful. And I'm really hoping this year for LA in the bank. Next, we got Nick Aldis's return to the ring after 3 years, up against Gunther. And I'm so glad I was able to be a part of this, and I know how much this moment meant to Nick Aldis. That stuff he said on Chris Van Vliet's Insight podcast, saying how he's worked his ass off. He's been doing the hardest conditioning he's ever done in the past couple of weeks to try to get ring ready. He has been putting his all into this. Or should I say, putting his all into this. Get it? All into this. I just came up with that on the fly too. I am so good. But all that work that he put in, oh boy did it pay off. He looked absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the dude, like, it looks like he never even stopped wrestling. He did not lose a step. He was doing elbow drops. He was doing top rope moves. I mean, it was fluid. And he said that he was blown out literally just like a couple minutes into the match, but I couldn't even tell. So that should say something. And I'm very happy for Nick Aldis, and he absolutely did not disappoint. He is back to being a general manager, which I really, really hope he gets some more matches in the future, because this was really entertaining, and he is actually a great wrestler. And once he gets in a few more wins, gets in some more matches, spends some more time as a wrestler, when he beats someone, they won't be saying, oh, you lost to a general manager. They'll be saying you lost to another wrestler. Great performance from Nick Aldis. Really solid match, especially considering the fact he hasn't wrestled in 3 years. And Gunther ended up winning, which was the right choice. Next, it was time for Fatal Influence versus the Bellas and Paige. And you know how I said I'd come back to those gooners behind us later in the video when talking about Fatal Influence? Yeah, it's time. I've talked about this in my women's wrestling video, and these are the exact type of people I'm talking about. It's genuinely disgusting. Now, I wasn't really paying attention to them during Nikki Bella's entrance, or the Bella. I wasn't really paying attention during any of the entrances because the entrances are awesome. But everybody knows Nikki Bella does her ass twirl, and I am pretty sure they were like, damn, or something like that, something disturbing. And they were talking about being bricked up the entire match. I mean, it's genuinely disgusting. I'm not going to go deep into this because, again, if you want me to go deep into stuff like this, go watch my women's wrestling is being disrespected video. But it's okay to find wrestlers attractive. It's not okay to make comments like that and talk about being bricked up and just only be there for the ass and titties. How about you put some goddamn respect on these ladies' names who have worked their fucking ass off to get to where they are today? It genuinely pisses me off so much. And oh my god, by the way, I'm not one to stereotype, but they looked like the stereotypical wrestling gooner. Maybe not like as obese as you'd think, but he had greasy hair, he had the neck beard, and I am not usually one to judge by appearance either, but this asshole fucking deserves it. It was a couple dudes too, but I mean, just absolutely disgusting. And the crowd was so dead for the entire match, which is so unfortunate because they are also talented, and this was a really solid match.
Yes, it was probably the least hyped match of the night. It was probably, it's kind of the match to like cool off a bit, but that it was still a solid match. The crowd was genuinely more, I'm not exaggerating, by the way. The entire match, they were more focused on starting the wave than they were watching women's wrestling. Absolutely ridiculous. Just the overall disrespect to these ladies was unbelievable. And they didn't try to do it during any other match. And the Gooners didn't make any comments like that when the men were wrestling. So it's obviously not just all jokes. And even if it was jokes, you shouldn't be saying that. I feel so bad for them, but this was a really, really good match. And after the Bellas turning heel on Paige was really awesome. I don't think they're going to get booed, but, you know, it's worth a shot. And I'm very excited to see it. But I'm not even joking. I didn't realize this somehow until after SummerSlam when I was watching Santi Zap's review of the show. Brie Bella got injured during the match. She hurt her left shoulder and was wrestling with one arm for a good majority of the match. And Santi Zap said she was doing a damn good job. And obviously she was, because I didn't even notice. And we don't know, as of me making this recording, if it's serious or not. I really hope it's not, because it would be so unfortunate if the Bellas were about to win the tag titles at WrestleMania. Nikki gets injured. Fuck. Okay. Couple months. We wait a couple months. She comes back, and it looks like the Bellas are ready to go, and they turn heel on Paige. Fuck yeah. And now Brie Bella's injured and might be out for months. We don't know. It might be a serious injury. I really hoping for Brie Bella. Hope she recovers as fast as possible. Not only because you don't want to see anybody get injured, but I know both Nikki, Brie, and everybody watching wants to see this heel Bella's run. But obviously, her just getting healthy is the most important thing. Really solid match, and I really hope Brie Bella is okay. Next up, it was time for CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. And yes, I sang Cody Rhodes' theme song. That does not mean that I like him. It was a one-time thing. I am not cheating on you, my tribal chief. And I'm just going to let you, for the most part, experience these entrances for yourself because they were amazing. Oh, and they had this really cool, like, Street Fighter type of vibe for Cody's entrance. They had it like a whole character selection thing. I thought that was really cool. That was like the first cool advertisement entrance that I've seen. Because they've done it before and it's been ass. But this was actually pretty good, and it makes sense because Cody Rhodes is obviously a Street Fighter. But I'm going to let you enjoy the entrances now. I obviously can't show the whole entrance I can't play the music for the entrance because it would obviously get copyrighted, but you can imagine the music. It was pretty sweet. And then next, we have CM Punk's intro, which I'll be able to show a lot more of because most of it isn't music. CM Punk.
Oh, that's a sick jacket. That is a sick thing. He's doing the same thing he did at WrestleMania. Yeah! CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk.
I mean, just an I cannot stress this enough. Entrances in person are absolutely incredible. Entrances on their own are an experience at WWE shows. I mean, just unbelievable, man. And this match was 30 minutes of just amazingness. I absolutely love this match. It should have main evented, honestly. So many false finishes, and I love just when they do false finishes over and over. It's amazing. I love it. There was this really nasty spot where CM Punk put himself through the announce table going for an elbow drop. He attempted a moonsault, which looked absolutely terrible. But hey, credit to CM Punk for trying that at 47 years old. I appreciate that he tried to pull something cool out of his arsenal like that, but it just didn't work. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch Randy Orton's return on camera because it just came out of nowhere. But as you all know by now, he returned, RKO'd Cody, costed him the match. The pop was so loud. I feel like Minneapolis was a really hot crowd. I think for an American crowd at least, we were pretty damn good, especially for that Kevin Owens return, which I'll get into later. Oh my God, the pop. Oh my God, don't even get me started on the Chelsea Green pop. Oh my God, they were genuinely thunderous. I was genuinely screaming like a little girl for so many of these moments, and you're going to hear that in the clips that I show you. But it was the best time of my life, and I do not regret a second of it. I had some little kids that were right in front of me. They were looking at me like I was crazy. But I loved this match. Truly, truly. And Cody Rhodes was getting booed out of the building the entire match. And honestly, man, they need Cody Rhodes to turn heel. People are getting tired of him. It's either he's going to get forced to turn heel like Sami Zayn, or he's just going to do it. Now, I know WWE is going to do everything they can to try to get you to still love Cody Rhodes, to make him as babyface as possible. I don't know if maybe Cody Rhodes doesn't want to turn heel. I don't know, but it would genuinely be so awesome to have that top heel guy and have it be someone unique like a Cody Rhodes. A lot of people thought Gunther could play that role, but now he's wrestling a general manager, so I think that's out of the picture. He has been turned into a complete buffoon. Just a goofball goober, dude. And, dude, SmackDown might be back. I mean, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes no longer feuding for the title, just pure hatred. That could end up being a Hell in a Cell match if they wanted to. So that feud's going to be incredible. A main event feud with Cody Rhodes without the title. It's going to be awesome. And Kevin Owens and CM freaking Punk for the undisputed WWE Championship. Yeah, inject it into my ass. I mean, this is going to be incredible. And Chelsea Green as your... Oh my God, I'm getting ahead of myself, dude. I cannot wait. This was genuinely a ground-shifting PLE. And overall, like, the best all-around PLE of the year. Far miles better than WrestleMania. And I don't even think WrestleMania was super bad. I'm getting off topic here. The match was awesome. Should have main evented. But either way, man, I absolutely love this. I'll show you my reactions to some of the moments from the match. And then we'll head to the main event.
Do it, old man! Do it! Oh my God! Cody sucks eggs.
Leave Cody alone!
Oh no.
No, CM Punk's gonna reverse it. He's gonna reverse it.
Oh no. go.
He's gonna reverse it.
Oh my God.
Here you go.
Oh. Elbow drop. Oh my God. Yes. 1, 2. No. And lastly, but certainly not least, we have the main event between Brock Lesnar and Obafemi. And oh my God, Obafemi's entrance in person is insane.
Come on, Brock. Oh yeah, baby. Tell him, Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
my name
It's Paul Heyman.
introducing the Beast of the Octagon, weighing 303 pounds, fighting out of the University of
Minnesota.
I mean, the atmosphere was genuinely incredible. And sorry if some of these clips sound like a broken washing machine. I'm recording with my phone, obviously. It's the best I got. Hell in a Cell is one of my favorite match stipulations, if not my favorite. Just who doesn't love a good Hell in a Cell match? Two of my favorite wrestlers, Obafemi, so hot right now. Brock Lesnar, former Viking, came out of the University of Minnesota, grew up in Minnesota. I mean, just it doesn't get much better than this, at least for a Minnesotan. Also, I want to add this. Earlier, during I believe Penta's entrance. I'm not sure. It was someone's entrance with fire. I don't remember for sure. But I could feel it. I could feel the heat blasting my face from all the way up there, which is insane. But this match, well, it was short. Well, it wasn't a very good Hell in a Cell match. It was still a good match. And obviously still a huge moment for Obafemi. He put over Obafemi so much. Cut a promo after saying that Oba is the future. Well, it wasn't the best. Well, I wish they would have had some more brutality, had some more blood, had more spots, used more weapons, used the cage as a weapon, hell, broke out of the cage. I think it would have been a lot better, but Brock Lesnar ripping the mat apart, doing a tombstone pile driver, a beautiful tombstone pile driver, I might add, directly on the wood. That was incredible. And then Obafemi kicking out, hitting the fall from grace, which I think was supposed to be on the wood, but it wasn't. And then the 1, 2, 3, and it was a really good match, but I still do think CM Punk vs. Cody Rhodes should have main evented. But how are you not going to enjoy an Obafemi and Brock Lesnar match? I do wish this match was a lot longer, especially considering the fact that it was the main event. So, yes, it was a little bit underwhelming, but I did have extremely high expectations. Don't get me wrong, though, still very much enjoyed this match. So after night 1 of SummerSlam, my voice was absolutely destroyed, and I'm recording this the night of, or like after night 2 of SummerSlam. So you might be able to tell my voice is still not very good and my throat hurts. Ayo, pause. But I did not get a lot of sleep at all because my girlfriend was goofing around so much. And I was being goofy with her, and then it got to like 2, 3 a.m. or something like that, and we still weren't to sleep. But I finally got her to go to sleep, and then in the morning I made her breakfast in bed. We played, we were going to watch a movie, we couldn't decide. We ended up playing some Roblox, and then I fell asleep, and then she fell asleep, and we took a nap for a while. But I mean, the nap ended up helping. And then we went to SummerSlam, a great way to start the morning. Now, I unfortunately did not get a video, but Nick Aldis was on the pre-show of night 2. And we got there right as he was finishing up saying whatever he was saying. And then he was leaving, and I am not joking. I came within like a foot of Nick Aldis as he was walking out. And that was pretty sick. And that is a big ass dude. Oh my god. So that was really, really cool. And then I also came within like a couple feet of Booker T, which was really cool when he was just arriving to the pre-show. And Vic Joseph too. So that was pretty sweet. No convention center or anything today, just straight to SummerSlam. And oh man, SummerSlam started hot. Kevin Owens absolutely blew the roof off of US Bank Stadium. I'll play Finn Balor's intro, and then you'll get to hear the absolutely thunderous pop that Kevin Owens got.
And that was to make this a fatal four-way. He needs one more participant.
Come on, please! Kevin! Kevin Owens! KO! 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 KO!
I mean, it was genuinely unbelievable. I literally am getting goosebumps right now. And I mean, oh my god, Kevin Owens is one of my favorite wrestlers. And he's like my girlfriend's second favorite wrestler of all time behind only Roman Reigns. And oh my god, dude, when Nick Aldis said that he added another participant, I got so excited. And then, of course, Gunnar came out. And I was genuinely so pissed and so disappointed because I thought that is such a WWE thing to do. And for a second, I lost all hope. And then as Nick Aldis, or as Gunther was walking down the ramp, Nick Aldis was staying on the stage. And I was like, why is he not going? Wait, hold on. Maybe there's a chance that something else is going to happen. And oh boy, was I right. I mean, genuinely, this was one of the greatest moments I have ever seen. And one of the loudest crowd reactions I have ever heard in my life. And then the match itself, it was solid. I feel like it could have been a bit longer. It didn't really ever turn into like, I feel like a real fatal four-way where everybody's in there at once, everybody's fighting, back and forth, free-flowing offense between all four competitors. It didn't feel like we got to that point. And oh my god, the trainers apparently told Kevin Owens to take it easy though. Bro did not take it easy. Bro was hitting swanton bombs a minute into the match. He was doing his front flip ass splash. He was doing swanton bombs to the outside. Bro genuinely did not hold back. And obviously, everybody knew Kevin Owens was going to win as soon as he returned. And I love the way it ended. Stunner to Gunther, stunner to Finn. Goes for a stunner on Sammy. Blue Thunder Bomb, kick out, stunner, game over. Absolutely loved it. And now we are getting an absolute dream match and dream feud between Kevin Owens and CM Punk. SmackDown, genuinely, it's gotta be back. There's no way it can be bad with all this going on. You have the Cody and Randy feud. You have the Kevin and Punk feud. You have Chelsea Green running your women's main event scene. The U.S. title scene, at least for the men, has been consistently good for a long time now. Genuinely, SmackDown has a chance to be so good for the next couple months at least. And if they wanted to, they absolutely could make the Women's United States Championship division just as good as the men's. Because it's not like they don't have the bodies. They got Tiffy, your champion. They got Blake Monroe. They got Jordan Grace. They got Julia. They got Kiana James. You got Lash Legend you could even throw in there. Also, something I haven't mentioned yet. The stage was absolutely incredible. This was one of the best stages I've ever seen. Obviously shaped like US Bank Stadium, but WWE, cool, unique stages seem to be a thing of the past unless it's WrestleMania or SummerSlam or Saudi Arabia. And this was an absolute home run. This stage looks absolutely incredible. And I absolutely love me a good stage in professional wrestling WWE. Man, I can't wait to see Kevin Owens back on my TV screen. The SmackDown men's main event scene is absolutely insane now. You got CM Punk, you got Randy Orton, you got Cody Rhodes, you got Finn Balor, you got Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, potentially Trick Williams. But man, it's going to be so awesome to see Kevin Owens back on my TV screen. And also, a quick side note, for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be streaming Raws and SmackDowns. Up next, we had Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin, and I was so excited to see Trick Williams. And then Lil Yachty came out first and got a negative pop. He needs to stop doing that. And I really thought Trick Williams was going to get a louder reaction and louder whoop that trick chance than he did. It was a little weird, but nonetheless, still absolutely enjoyed his intro, or his entrance. And this match was, solid, I guess. But the main talking point of this match is the result. Baron Corbin won this match. He defeated Trick Williams, which I don't think is necessarily the wrong decision, but I don't think it's a very good decision unless you're going to put Trick Williams in the main event scene or have him win Money in the Bank, which I do not want him to win Money in the Bank. I need LA Knight to do that, not Trick Williams. But if Trick just goes right back to the mid-card, this was a loss for him and a fumble by WWE. But I am intrigued and open to the prospect or the idea of Baron Corbin as the U.S. champion. Would I prefer Trick Williams? Yes, absolutely. But I'm an open book. My legs are spread wide open. I'm willing to see how Baron Corbin is as U.S. champion. Next, we had the women's ladder match, which I was actually really excited for, between Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, Chelsea Green, and Lash Legend. I wasn't able to catch the beginning of Tiffany Stratton's intro because I was walking up the stairs, but she got a pretty solid pop, being from Minnesota, and I was very excited to see her in action. And thankfully, the Gooners weren't back for night 2, so that saved us from a lot of goon comments during this match. Instead, it was like this dad and his kid who was like chanting "We love Roman" during the whole match and stuff. It was so cute, I'm not gonna lie. Much better than degenerate Gooners. I do think this match was solid. I do wish that it got more time because it's a ladder match and it didn't get to be like super chaotic like ladder matches usually are. So I do wish this match got a bit longer. But overall, not too bad, especially with the result. I mean, Chelsea Green, by far the fan favorite to win it. But the complete underdog in this match. I was rooting so unbelievably hard for Chelsea Green, but I really just didn't think that they were going to pull the trigger. And oh my God, they did. And I genuinely could not believe it. And this was, again, one of the loudest pops I have ever heard. Here's what it sounded like in person.
Chelsea! 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 Come on! No! Oh my God! No! No! I hate everything! Chelsea! Please get up! Oh my God! Oh my God! Chelsea! 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 No, Jade, don't do this. Don't do this. Come on. Yes! Chelsea, please get up! Oh my God. Chelsea! Chelsea, get up! Get up! Chelsea! Chelsea! Oh my God! Come on!
This was genuinely incredible, and I really did not see this happening. But I am so glad that it did. And Chelsea Green, I promise you, is going to put on the most entertaining 1 month long reign you have ever seen as WWE Women's Champion. Next, it was time for the Human Money's on a Pole Curse Line Rules match.
Danhausen.
And this match was entertaining, but the result of the match was not good because Dominic Mysterio should not have been winning it or should not have been losing this going into one of the biggest matches in AAA history in a month. He should not be losing to a comedy character. Just generally, his booking the past 8 months has been horrible. And after he even made a post on his social medias of the Marshawn Lynch meme where he says, "I'm just here so I don't get fined," clearly implying that he is not happy with how he's being used on the main roster. Rightfully so, because he went from like people calling him the future cornerstone of the company to losing to a comedy character. It's also kind of unfortunate we didn't get to see Zombie Kit or Zombie Miz or the Gingerbread Man. And not the Gingerbread Man didn't come out here. I am 100% sure they are never paying that story off. If they were going to do it, they would have done it here. Nonetheless, though, very happy to see Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio. Then we had Penta versus Chad Gable for the IC title.
Destroyer on the apron. Kick out. 1, 2. Yes! Ankle lock! Ankle lock! Come on! Please! Please! Come on! Come on! Oh my god. No! Yes! Yes! Come on!
This match, this was absolutely phenomenal. I think everybody in their mind expected this match to be good, and it absolutely delivered, even in a short amount of time. But the thing is, just imagine what they could have done with 25 minutes. Saw what Chad Gable could do given a good dancing partner, given a runway to put on an insane match. Last time we did that, we got arguably the greatest wrestling of all time between El Grande and El Grande.
Kick out.
So yes, well, this match could have been better if it was given more time. Nonetheless, this match was incredible, and it's a huge moment for Chad Gable and a well-deserved, well-earned moment for him. And I'm so glad I was able to be a part of this. I mean, it's genuinely a perfect, picture-perfect story. Absolutely picture-perfect way. And he had a really sweet moment with his family after the match. Nothing except for also love Chad Gable's fighting and the crowd was doing it was awesome. And then lastly, but certainly not least, we had Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins. But first, we had the greatest wide receiver in the NFL, undisputed, Justin freaking Jefferson. Hype us up for the main event.
It's time
Shield reference. Besties forever. Now you just need the third person. Oh my god, that's good. I think this is the match that people were most excited for going into SummerSlam and probably had the highest expectations for, and they absolutely delivered and then exceeded those expectations. This was genuinely absolute cinema from these two men. It was really stupid that the ref just didn't count. And they need to stop doing that in these main event matches at SummerSlam and WrestleMania and stuff. They did it at WrestleMania with Roman and Punk when Roman blatantly used the steel stairs right in front of the referee. They got to stop doing that. Just give us some sort of reason at least so that the ref doesn't look like a dumbass. And the funniest part was Seth Rollins coming in to break the count after they bet out the ring for like 2 minutes. That was just hilarious. But all the Shield references, Seth Rollins coming out to the Shield music for a second there, wore the Shield vest, wore Dean Ambrose's mask, and I absolutely love that they acknowledged Dean Ambrose in this match because Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns have so much history, especially in the Shield, and Dean Ambrose is such a huge part of that. You can't leave that massive factor out, and I'm glad they put aside the AEW hatred for a minute to acknowledge how important Dean Ambrose was to these two guys' careers. And I love when they did the Shield fist at the end, they left the spot in the middle for Jon Moxley or Dean Ambrose. It was beautiful. So many Shield references. I love that Seth was going for the chair spot, and then Roman picked up the chair, learned from his mistakes at WrestleMania 40, put the chair down and fought it out like men, like true real men. Feel it in my motion. Get well, son. The power bombs through the announce table back to back, the announce tables, stealing each other's finishers. Seth Rollins actually hit a really nice spear, and Roman Reigns hit a beautiful stomp. Seth Rollins did the lunatic lariat, and then Roman hit the dirty deeds. I mean, it was just beautiful. And this really did feel like the big marquee payoff match to Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, their last dance. And it felt amazing. It felt like a movie. It was just from head to toe absolutely perfect. And I think Roman Reigns winning here was the right decision. And I assume Roman's going to keep this thing until WrestleMania to face either Oba or The Rock. Speaking of The Rock, we did not get a Rock return, which is obviously unfortunate, but it's really not that bad because we got so much other good stuff on this night, and this match was absolutely incredible. So many false finishes. I genuinely don't have anything to complain about in this match. At least within reason. Obviously it would be great if Dean Ambrose returned or something, but that's obviously not going to happen. Or it would have never happened. But yeah, this was incredible, and SummerSlam overall was a jolt of life to what's been a pretty lifeless WWE for the past 8 months. It was a very much needed jolt of life, and I think a lot of fans, this woke up a lot of fans. They were kind of just, a lot of people, I feel like we're just going through this year not really caring that much because, and rightfully so, because WWE hasn't been caring that much. I think ever since Night of Champions, we've been seeing an upward trend, and SummerSlam was a big spike in that trend. And I really hope WWE sees this and sees how much better everything is received when they take some risks, when they don't fill the show with ads. Well, I guess they kind of filled the show with ads, but it wasn't the same type of ads as WrestleMania. It wasn't Hulk Hogan documentaries. It was the Muggs root beer guy coming out to celebrate with Chad Gable, where he shotgunned or smashed the root beers together like Stone Cold, and the Wingstop chair, and the Usos, whatever the fuck that game is called, entrance. That was the type of advertising we saw today, and at SummerSlam, and that is 100 million times better than standard video ads. You can put ads on, like fucking, I don't know. You can put ads on the steel steps. You can put ads on the goddamn floor mat, as long as it means we get more wrestling. If WWE can carry this momentum into the fall and into WrestleMania 43, I feel like we could be in for a fun ride. Overall, I gotta give SummerSlam a 10 out of 10. Probably biased because I went to it, but I mean, it was actually ground shifting, and it gave WWE a lot of momentum when they desperately needed it. Again, I just hope and pray WWE sees how well it's received when they take risks, and I really hope they continue to do that. I mean, Chelsea Green got the loudest or second loudest pop of all of SummerSlam, and they were taking a risk giving that title to her, having an experiment with her for like the next month, and it was received so well. She got louder pops than Randy Orton, than Cody Rhodes, than CM Punk, than Tiffany Stratton, Obafemi, Brock Lesnar. She got such a loud reaction, and like, if they didn't choose to take a risk and experiment, that wouldn't have happened. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the SummerSlam vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you felt like it was too long, too short. Hey yo, heard that before. Or let me know if you thought it was just right Goldilocks. And if I go to WWE Premium Live events in the future, let me know if you'd like to see more vlogs like this. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. And